When working with soft PVC figures, like the ones found in the Bones range or like from games like Zombicide, you got to work a little bit differently than your normal model. I'm going to use a X-Acto knife, and the key to this is putting a brand new blade in. We've also got a scalpel. This is actually for doing surgery. You want the blade that has the curved front on it. That will get us into some tight areas. The deal with the soft PVC models is basically this. The plastic is so soft it won't scrape off like on a normal model. We can't shave the mold lines off, so we actually have to carve them away. We got to cut them away. Okay, so the mold lines that we're shaving off are the little line between the two sides of the mold. Basically a little bit of plastic gets squeezed out and it makes a little line. So what we have to do, like this, and we'll just kind of carve it away. Be very careful. Like I said, like normal plastic, we can't shave it. We have to actually carve it away. And you want to get it everywhere, like right under this gun. And top of the gun. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but if you just take your time and do it, it all comes off. Try not to cut too deep into the plastic, because you don't want to end up losing detail or flattening out areas. Also be mindful of areas like this, right where that mold line goes up into the hair. Get that off. Under the hat. And you'll find that mold lines are pesky, they just pop up everywhere. So take your time, do it right if you're gonna do it at all. The good news is a lot of times these gaming figures, you know, they're oftentimes used in D&D games and stuff, and you just want to get them painted on the table. So if you don't want to take the mold lines off, that is also an option. Just leave them on. But I think that they look better with the mold lines taken off. And a lot of people would agree with that. So anyways, that's how you do it. Just cutting away those mold lines. Cut down this. Now, sometimes in areas like his ankle here, we've got to get into that spot, and the other knife won't do it quite right. So I'm using my scalpel with the new blade on it, and I can kind of curve it into those areas. So we're just using the right knife for the right job. Now, please, 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 everyone remember, knives are sharp, so make sure that you are being very careful, because a brand new X-Acto blade is usually how I end up in the hospital, getting stitches or whatever. So just be very careful when you're cutting. I never try to push too hard with the knife, and I'm always trying to not cut myself. So just be very careful. And if you're underage, consult your parent first. Alright, we got our Bones figure all cleaned up. We've got him washed. We've got him demold lined, and he's ready for some primer. I do not recommend rattle can primer on soft PVC plastic figures. They tend to have a chemical reaction which causes them to melt a little bit and they get all sticky. That is very hard to fix. So what I recommend is brush on primer. or airbrush on primer. The Stynylrez primer from Badger can be brushed on, it can be airbrushed on, it works fantastically. Miniatures made from PVC are a low-cost alternative to metal or even resin figures, but they do have their challenges in prep. So what have we learned today? Number 1, soft PVC miniatures need to be washed in warm soapy water. 2, cut the mold lines off, don't shave them. The soft plastic tends to tear rather than shave, so make sure that you got a good sharp knife and cut those bad boys off. 3, use brush-on primer rather than a rattle can. Remember, most rattle cans will cause a chemical reaction to the plastic, make it all sticky, and we don't want that. It's really hard to get the stickiness off, so I recommend brush-on primer all day long. All the time, on the time. Brush-on primer is what it's talking about. One last little thing. Years ago when the soft PVC miniatures first became popular, despite their really low cost, they lacked a little bit in the sharpness of detail and everything. But over the years, that detail's gotten better and better. And I think in the future, you're going to see some of these soft PVC models ending up in contests and actually doing fairly well. So the technology is getting better and better, and give it a try. Not to mention, they're so inexpensive that they're a great way to learn. I like the soft PVC plastic to learn blending and stuff on. I use them in my classes all the time. The plastic is so smooth, it just really is conducive for getting the good consistent layers of paint down. And I don't know, at $2 or $3 a piece, man, there's no better way to practice your blending or any other techniques than on a soft plastic miniature such as a Bones.